someplace over Durban, South Africa, this is the Space Dog Radio Show. I'm the Space Dog. Thank you for tuning in. Space Dog Radio is your remote location radio station, coming to you 24/7 around the world and throughout the universe from SPACEDOGRADIO.com. Shouts out to our dedicated listeners, Makatil to Melbourne, Conrad to Kiev, Toronto to Tachikawa, Barcelona to Berlin, Durban to Dartmouth. There's way too many to mention, but we know you're out there and thanks for all the support. Today we're joined once again with a very talented artist who has just released her second album, Breaking Free. Her music, talent, and devotion as a great community activist is inspirational on many levels. Space Dog Radio is proud to welcome back Stephanie Pais. Stephanie, thank you for flying with us again on Space Dog Radio.
Hey, thanks for having me again. It's so good to be back with you guys. Space Dog Radio rocks, man.
Your first album, Another World, was a great achievement. What inspired you to produce a new album called Breaking Free?
Well, I made Breaking Free simply because the response from the first album was so great, and there was a call for a new one.
And I have to ask, what is behind the name of the album, which is called Breaking Free?
Well, I had to follow on from my original idea, and that was creating music that had never been created for and breaking away from any trumpet music that I'd heard before. So Breaking Free was an apt title, and in the first album, we called it Another World because literally I was creating another world with the trumpet and bringing it into the popular foreground of, modern music. So Breaking Free just followed on, really. I was breaking away, breaking the boundaries and creating something that no one had heard before, something original, and so Breaking Free. That's why I called it Breaking Free.
Earlier this month we played some of your album. Were we the first radio station in North America to debut it? Come on, tell us we were the first one. Tell us Space Dog Radio was the first to play your second album. Come on.
Woohoo! You were the first to play it in North America and in the entire world, my friend. The first people on planet Earth to play my music from this new album. So thanks for that.
All right.
Doesn't Space Dog Radio rock, people? Woof, woof.
Hey, look, we're going to get back to your new album in a moment, but let's go to the rhino in the room. You're very humble about efforts to save the rhino from extinction. Tell us some of your emotions and thoughts about saving the endangered rhinos.
Well, it all began really when I was sitting at my friend Lawrence Anthony's funeral in 2012. He was a great conservationist in South Africa and the world. And I was sitting there reading his obituary, and it occurred to me that I had to do something. I had to make a difference in the world of conservation, and I had no idea how. I'm a musician. I'm not a conservationist, and I sat there thinking throughout this whole thing. I thought, how can I make my mark? How can I continue Lawrence's legacy as a conservationist and contribute to saving the rhino? And that's when I came up with the idea to write music. I figured that music has a huge impact and can actually make a difference. And so I set about writing that song called Footprints in the Dust that was aimed at rhino awareness and bringing poaching to an end. And I will continue pushing that song. I may even do a remix or two in the near future. But so that's where my passion came from. It was my way of contributing and doing my bit to save the rhino. If you would like to hear Footprints in the Dust and make your contribution to saving the rhino, head over to iTunes where you can purchase my song. Search Footprints in the Dust, Stephanie Pais, you'll find the song. 50% of the proceeds from that song go to the Lawrence Anthony Earth Organization to fight rhino poaching. So it's a good cause. You can do it.
You also head up an organization that exposes people to music that may not otherwise be exposed to music. Tell us a bit about that organization.
The idea about taking music to remote parts of Africa is a very big passion of mine. Music uplifts people, it changes lives, it makes people happy. I believe that taking my music to these remote places in Africa can change lives and bring a little bit of happiness into the very, sometimes difficult lives that these people live. It's pretty simple, really. I need to buy a rig to do this. I need a portable sound system, and I need some people to help me set it up. It's quite a project. It would cost a lot of money to put together, but I think it would really help people, and it would bring happiness to people, which is what I'm all about. So how I'm actually raising funds for this is I'm simply just selling my music. I'm selling one album at a time, and eventually I'll have enough money to go and do this and carry out this dream. So you can support this project by going along to my website and buying my new album. You can find it at stephaniepaismusic.com/breakingfree. I'm all over Twitter, Facebook. You can find me. Yeah. You can also head over to the Indiegogo campaign, selling 2,000 albums in 20 days, where you can donate and get involved that way. So there are many ways to get involved, but yes, that's basically the dream.
It's remarkable that you're so talented, yet take the time to help others. That's fantastic. Back to your history. Who are some of the artists that inspired you to do what you do?
Louis Armstrong has got to be one of my biggest inspirations of all time. I spent many hours studying his music at varsity, and he basically taught me that being original was one of the most important things that I could do. I looked up to this man. His fantastic trumpet skill is almost untouched. Not many trumpet players get to that level, you know. He was phenomenal. And I recently wrote a blog about him, and in this blog I said that I make the music that Louis Armstrong would have if he were alive today. And in saying that, I'm in no way comparing myself to him as a trumpet player, because I don't think that anyone can compare themselves. He was phenomenal. But what I was saying when I said that is basically that the music that he made was for the time that he lived, and had he been alive today, he would have made probably the style of music that I'm making. And it's an article of respect, because that man is amazing. He was amazing. He changed the face of music as we know it.
Stephanie, I always enjoy our rants about music on Twitter, about music and all types of things. You know, I played the trumpet for 6 years and always find myself wanting to pick it up again when I hear your music. I mean, I played in the days of Herb Alpert, Chuck Mangione, and did cover songs from great bands like Earth, Wind and Fire, Chicago, and Tower of Power. Do you ever do covers? And if so, what are they? I'd love to hear you play the intro to Chicago's 25 or 6-4. You know that one?
Well, I've got a bit of a surprise for you. Here's a little clip I put together, especially for Space Dog Radio. Chicago 25 or 6-4. Note the extra trumpet on top. Woof, 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 Space Dog Radio!
Very cool. Very nice. Great job. I love it.
Right, so I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I've played covers. I love covers. I've played covers for years and years and years. But it got to the point where I realized that I needed to actually play my own music. If you want to leave a mark on this world and make a difference, original music and originality is the only way to go. So when I'm performing live these days, no, I don't play covers. But that doesn't mean I didn't learn from them. I've been playing covers for 20 years. My aim now is to write original music and to make the music available for other people to play, you know? Bring some new covers into the world so that we can make music progress and change things for the future, yeah.
Your new album, Breaking Free, is full of energy. Let's hear a bit of one of my favorites called Locally Brewed. Tell us about how you brewed up this song called Locally Brewed.
Locally Brewed was actually a combined effort by me and my producer, Lance John. I'm a born and bred South African. I've been here my whole life. And so the influences of African music and instrumentation is a big part of what I do. That song basically captures Africa and its sound, and it's got a very local feel and rhythm. It's just something you can't help move your body to. It gets your body rhythmic clock ticking, and yeah, that's so cool.
Also on the album, a great song, Bridge the Gap, featuring Lance John. Tell us a bit about him, this collaboration, and how the song came to be.
Well, Lance John and myself have been making music together for 6 years or so now. In 2009, we met when I started a band called Brass Rock. And from there we just progressed. We started writing original music eventually, and And we came together to realize we both had a passion for house music. And so, we decided to collaborate and make a new unique album full of deep house trumpet-driven music. And that's really how it came about. Lance John sings on the albums. I had a bit of a dilemma at one point. I realized I couldn't play my trumpet and sing at the same time. And he had a phenomenal voice. He has a phenomenal voice. So, he sings on the album. You'll hear a track by him every now and again. It's quite captivating. And the musical partnership is phenomenal. We really make a good team, and you can expect a lot from us in the future.
Great stuff. Stephanie, by now our listeners are drooling to know more about your music and you. How can they pick up your music and learn more?
Well, the best way to get in touch with me is to head over to my website, www.stephaniepaismusic.com, where I give away a free song. So if you've never heard my music or never owned it before, head over to that website and grab the free song. The best way to buy my music is from my website, stephaniepaismusic.com/breaking-free or /another world. But it's also available on all the major online retail, digital distribution places, iTunes, etc. But bearing in mind, if you ever want to support artists, the best way to buy music is directly from their websites, as there's no middleman and they get the most profit out of it. So head over to my website. That would be cool. You can also find me on Twitter @StephPais. That's STEPHPAIS. And I'm on Facebook. If you just search Stephanie Pais Music, you'll find me there. But don't forget Google Plus and Instagram. I'm basically everywhere online, so hunt me down and I'll see you there. Let's get chatting. I really like getting to know new people. So by all means, send me an email, send me a message on Twitter. I'll reply and we can chat. Yeah, I'd really dig to get in touch with you.
And the last question, I ask it of every featured artist. Stephanie Pais, if you had one thing you would like to say to the rest of the world, what would it be?
There is only one you on this planet, so be you. Be original, be different, and most of all, be true to yourself. Yeah. Hold true to what you believe and who you are.
You can hear more of her music on StephaniePais.com, and we have more music from her new album on SPACEDOGRadio.com. Stephanie, thank you so much for flying with us again on Space Dog Radio. We know your new album will do exceptionally well.
Thanks so much. Yeah, it's been really cool chatting to you, and I hope you guys enjoy the music. See you on an orbit in the future. Space Dog Radio. Woo!
From someplace over Durban, South Africa, this has been the Space Dog Radio Show. I'm the Space Dog. Thank you for listening. Be safe, be happy, and I'll catch you next orbit.